What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican, cowife.com. Make sure you get over there. 2022, upgraded from 2021. Even 2022 got another wife. Get it? 2021, 2022. So anyway, make sure you get over there and register. We've got a working product. We're just hammering out some of the details before we launch. So if this isn't incentive to get your stuff together, guys, then I don't know what will be, especially for you British brothers. So, got an article here by motorious.com. UK inches closer to eliminating private car ownership. These dudes are dead serious. You will have nothing and you will love it. They're deciding for you what you can and can't have. But let's get into this. The UK government transport minister Trudy Harrison recently spoke at a mobility conference addressing the future of personal mobility. In her comment, she said it was necessary to ditch the 20th century thinking centered around private vehicle ownership and towards greater flexibility with personal choice and low carbon shared transport. When they say personal choice, they mean you get to pick walk, ride the bus, or your bike. Owning a car is not one of your choices. That's right. She said the quiet part loud and showed the hand of a growing number of government officials. Sorry, I got mixed up in my. It's not dyslexia, is it dyslexia? I don't have dyslexia. Whatever. Harrison went on to praise not only public transportation but also bike share services, e-scooters, and ride-sharing platforms. Now we know e-scooters. If anybody's been paying attention, these things are an absolute nightmare. They end up in rivers. They end up in lakes. They get they're just a menace, most of those things, in terms of like their environmental hazard that they are. All of these are supposed to tune down how much carbon the UK is emitting into the atmosphere. As with all choices, this comes at a cost, particularly for those living in rural areas. What's more, 300 residents in Coventry recently expressed interest in giving up their personal cars. The trade-off from the government reportedly would be a mobility credit worth up to £3,000. This mobility credit program has been going since March of this year, aka 2021, with 73 cars turned in and crushed. No, this isn't a joke, but I wish it were. So people are voluntarily giving up their cars. Maybe they're just like piece of junks and people are getting like $3,000. I mean, if I got an old Opel, things nowhere near £3,000 worth in value. Maybe like, 900 pounds in value. I'd turn that in and I'd say, yeah, take this thing. I get 3,000 for it. It's worth about 900. Maybe people are out there doing that and they're outsmarting the government. Unfortunately, looking at Germany, I highly doubt that's the case because in Germany, the Green Party has made huge advances. What is the Green Party all about? Taxing people more and more and more and more and punishing people for private ownership of vehicles and houses. So there's a sector of people out there who are just bitter at people who actually have accomplished something and did something, and then they have the products and the lifestyle to show for it. So it might be some of those people also. Understandably, many Brits are upset about this. Some have asked if they should start riding their horse instead, all in the name of quote-unquote progress. Others are tying this statement by Harrison with the looming government ban of internal combustion engine for cars by 2030. Germany's on a similar program where they want to ban internal combustion engines. After all, EVs, electric vehicles, are not exactly cheap. They are very expensive. So what better way to force people onto public transportation than by pricing them out of the vehicle market? And this is actually the heart of what's going on. They will try and price you out. They understand that there's a certain sector of people they're never going to be able to control because money does buy freedom, and it always has. We all know that, whether we like it or not, that, up until Yom Kiyama, rich people generally are free from, the same laws that restrict and govern us. They have different rules. And those rules are based upon how much money you have to spend on lawyers or just bribing people. So this is an incentive, guys, to get your stuff together so that you can be one of the ones who are, above ATL, above the law. Not like, criminal sense, but in the sense that, if you want to own a vehicle or if they ban combustion vehicles, you can go out and buy the Porsche EV, which, oh gosh, just shoot me. But anyway, This guy said, he calls it an elitist plan. I don't know, I'll finish reading. It's not that much more. I've been calling out the elitist plan in some government circles to eliminate the private ownership of cars for some time. This is nefarious. If they can eliminate your right to own private vehicles, then it's just a matter of time before they turn to houses, and this and that, and phones or whatever else. What's the limit? Once they get one thing, have you ever known the government to stop with another? That's what they told you guys about this entire sickness going around. Well, you just need one shot, then you need two, now you need three, then you'll need four, then you'll need 20. So don't think they ever stop. They never stop. For many, the possibility that such a thing could be real leads to their minds lashing out at the source of such news. And so I've been called a crazy conspiracy theorist, amongst other things, trying to shed light on this disturbing topic. Well, time has vindicated my stance, and people in the UK are starting to wake up to the very real possibility that they would be completely dependent on the government to be driven anywhere. And we know how good the government is at managing stuff. This is why private corporations do way better than government ones. If you think this plan is limited to just the UK, you haven't been paying attention. There have been other efforts to make private vehicle ownership a thing of the past, including a new measure in Southern California. The 2021 Regional Transport Plan, passed recently by the San Diego Association of Governments Board of Directors, is a $160 billion initiative just for the metropolitan area to boost public transportation. That's a hefty price tag. Anyway, this goes on into other details or whatever else, just what's going on around the world. The same stands true in Germany. They're trying to do the same in Germany. This is a Western thing, and, you got to be ready for it, guys. And one of the ways that you can be ready is to have the finances secured and set up in place to make sure that you can make moves when you need to make moves. Anyway, the world is cracking down. I've been telling you guys since the beginning of the Rona. Everybody went out and was fighting grandma in aisle 4 for toilet paper. I went out and bought crossbows, machetes, and all sorts of other stuff. These guys are coming for you, man. And I'm not some conspiracy theorist, crazy type of dude. It's just a simple fact. This is what's going on. We can see it, what's going on. I'm not going to turn out like some of them guys in Manosphere and, go, pop up a bunch of people. That's not what I'm going to do. But I'm just telling you, time's limited on getting it together. So get it together, guys. It's your man, Abuamerican. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. I'm out.